There's something about a cast that comes from different countries and different shows and is sort of thrown together in a hurry. You're either going to have terrible ructions or it's all going to go very well indeed.
It's very exciting. It's great to see so many faces I know as well. I always wanted the ball to kind of be like a kind of My Slaughter on 10th Avenue, but we've never ever had the resources to do it, of course, you see.
I mean, it was very scary trying to cast this. We did Cats in Antwerp last year and we wanted to find a little young thing with a wonderful wide open face and didn't think of her till the last minute and then thought, we'll try to get Viola, and she was free. So it was neck and neck. I don't think anybody knew how detailed this show was, and so you have to do enormous close cover as well as all the big stuff. I know this is hard, but my task is to make us all proud of what we're going to do. We have a huge responsibility, and I feel like the weight of the world is on my shoulders in the sense that I have to deliver a thing of Cats, a production of Cats, that is worth shooting, that can hold up our heads and the reputation of this show all over the world. And what I don't want is us to do a video, and then when we look at it, when we say, each of you say, and I say, Christ, I could have done that better. Ugh. Oh, well, there never was an era, that's so clever as magical wisdom is all for me.
I heard absolutely no melody line at all.
There won't be.
Right.
Not today.
Okay, understand.
You have to pay more for a melody line.
Thank you.
Tell Gary that. Budget has to go up, we've got no melody line.
Somebody would remember that in my contract, so wasn't it? There haven't been that many changes made to the show itself, except that, of course, being close up to it in the way that we are, we're able perhaps to tell the story a little clearer, a little better. And of course, one of the great joys also is that being up closer, I think that the words can sing a bit more. I think sometimes, sometimes they can get lost in performance. I think it's much easier to follow what Eliot himself wrote in this. And we've been able, I think, to keep pretty close to the spirit of the stage show. In fact, that's been the intention from the beginning.
It's more of a telling to somebody who's a little closer to you. It's just a tiny bit you're telling an audience, whereas, I mean, it should really be like, you're really telling a load of children like Nigel and I, you see.
In the hall of St. James is the smartest of names, is the name of his rumble of cats. And we're all of us proud to be nodding about to buy bust of the Jones in white spats.
Just a little bit less, a little bit less Joyce Grenfell, and I think that, I think brilliantly done was the word Brummel. I think to get to the word, this Brummel of Cats is a real celebration of old Bustifer. But I think we let him down a wee bit if we slightly sort of send him up, which by doing the accents too much, I think you might be in danger of doing.
Here we go, and playback.
In the hall of St. James is the smartest of names, is the name of this Brummel of Cats. And we're all of us proud to be nodding about to buy bust of the Jones in white spats.
In the hall of St. James is the smartest of names, is the name of this Brummel of Cats. And we're all of us proud to be nodding about to buy bust of the Jones in white spats.
Julie, what did you say about the beginning?
I think the choice to go to David Mallet to direct the stage production, as it were, for this video was a pretty obvious one in many ways.
6, 7, 8, jellicle cats, as we said, Oslo, you'll miss.
Do you think you can do that? That's not unreasonable.
David is, of course, very well known for his work with dance, and there's a lot of dance in Cats.
I just want to say one thing. If anybody makes a bollocks of anything, don't worry. We've got 15 more days to fix it.
Macavity, Macavity, there's no one like Macavity. There never was a cat of such deceitfulness and suavity.
I remember David right back in the Hot Gossip days, and always thought that Hot Gossip was pretty extraordinary in the way that it was shot. And there's a funny story there, because when I went to see Valerie Elliott, T.S. Eliot's widow, to ask whether or not I could have the rights to make a musical out of Cats, one of the things she said is, I don't want them turned into pussycats. And I said, well, that's not what we had in mind. She said, well, the thing is that Tom, that's T.S. Eliot, turned down Disney, you know, because he didn't want them to be pussycats or turned into cartoon cats. I then said, rather sort of taking my courage, I said, well, I was sort of seeing them a little bit more like Hot Gossip. And she said, yes, she said, that I think Tom would have liked that.
Jilly, I can't see my white pussy at all. I've got one. Can she still...
Macavity, Macavity, there's no one like Macavity. He's a fiend in chaos, a monster of depravity. You may meet him in a high street, you may see him in the square, but when a crime's discovered, then Macavity, Macavity, Macavity's not there.
Munkustrap is really the storyteller. He's entrusted with giving the information to the other, maybe younger cats who have not been to the Jellicle Ball before. He gets up and says exactly what they're here to do. He's also a caretaker of the kittens, wants to make sure everybody's safe in all the Macavity scares. He's there to protect the tribe. So he is the protector.
Painted to go with their costumes, so each pair of shoes has about an hour's work done on them.
It's quite a difficult one because they're meant to be felines, but they're also meant to be humans. So the makeup has got to be strong enough for the theatre to actually be able to be seen everywhere in the theatre, but not be too strong so that it actually masks out the character of the humans themselves. Because it's for film, we've taken away some of the harder theatrical lines and softened it.
Washing, every leotard washed individually by hand without a draining board, which I asked for the first day I was here. No draining board, hand scrubbing, very difficult in these conditions. Next question.